showed us how to do that today, right? We're doing it. We're live. We're rolling.
Oh, were you recording that?
We're live.
You said no.
It's live.
You see, you don't listen to me.
Okay. No, because this one of the errors.
What errors did you do? Welcome. It's open mic night at LASC. How's everybody doing tonight? I am your host for the evening. My name is Sunda Kronquist, not to be confused with any other Sunda Kronquist. There's a lot of them running around out there trying to fake it like it's me. She recorded it for you. Where'd you learn to whisper? In a helicopter? Hello there, what a hack line. You guys having fun? Give me a minute. We'll fix that, right, Patty? I gotta get some new lines. There's a new Laugh Factory opening in West Covina. Yeah, so just so I tell you guys that. And also, if you guys have anybody in Vegas and you want to go see a show at the Laugh Factory, let me know. And also, when you're up here, we just ask that you respect everybody that's up here. Just be respectful and have a good time. And that's what we aim to do. And also, although this is live, you can still get an edited piece from the one and only. Monica is here today she's producing, and we've got your comedy concierge, Samantha. Yes, that's right, darling. They are here tonight, but let's bring up this woman in comedy first. Talking about sushi. She'll make sushi out of yushi. Let's give it up for you. Let her hear you.
Hey. Well, I don't know. With me, you can't try sushi because sushi's fucking expensive. I want sushi. You know, people are like, oh yeah, you're gonna make sushi for me. Like, no one makes sushi for you. Like, sushi is to go restaurant and get it. Like, we don't make one at home. It's not something like that. So we gotta go eat sushi, like, on you know? That's what's gonna happen. I need a more flexibility. All right, there you are. Yeah, I have a few like okay jokes, like clean enough, like not too many cursing. Like let's try. I'm like so bad at clean material, but maybe she's on the phone. But when she's on the phone, I'm like just gonna curse. I'm like, no, you didn't hear it. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go clean, but. So I prepared some period jokes. Like, I think God gave women too many functions. Like, we can give a birth, we can have feelings, you know. By now, women is like iPhone, and men is not Android. Men is like BlackBerry, fucking flip phone, you know. Who wants to be a man? Who wants to be a flip phone? That's just I'm saying. And like period, thinking about it. Period is so it's like a bed of my eggs, right? But they have to wash it off every month. I guess like you have to wash sheets every month. You do more than month. Why did I say that? I wash once for like weeks, sometimes 2 weeks, but I wash once a week, alright? But I don't need my eggs bed changed that often, you know? Like, can I just do like once for 6 months? Like, that eggs is like unemployed. Like, that eggs doesn't have any job. They don't deserve the bed. They don't. So let me just have it once for 6 months and I don't have to suffer every month. You know? Don't give them the bed. Don't. They can just sleep on the floor. So, I remember first time my period, it was like when I was like 12 and I had so bad of cramps and it was terrible. And then Japan has like tradition of like we call red rice. Yeah, because it's a period. We eat red rice. It comes with beans, like it's dyed rice with beans. I don't like it. It's kind of nasty. I don't like it. But, you know, we had it for dinner because I got period. And my mom is like, oh, Miho got period to my dad. And he comes in and like, congratulations. And I'm like, thank you, bro. Like, I really didn't know how to react. I still don't know what's the right way to react to that congratulation from dad. I'm like, then my dad is like, oh, I didn't expect like that. Like, are you supposed to do a little more? he didn't say anything. So like we don't know what's the right reaction to that. So awkward. Americans, that's like period party. That is crazy.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. It's so weird. Like, I don't want to share more than my dad. My dad was weird enough still, you know? If I want to share more than that, that would be so awkward. It's just, period. Come on. No one does for boys, like, Forrest Gump. Like, no one does that. No one. Should we do that again? Like, yeah, or spooner party. Have like calm cakes and stuff. Yeah, for to be fair, you know, not just girls get embarrassed. So, one time period reminds me like that crazy experience. So I went to my like one of boyfriend's house, right? And we just play a game, and nothing's that romantic yet. I was little. And then I was on my period, so I changed my pad and put it in the trash can in the bathroom, right? And then I try to go home, and she's like, hey, that like mom of that boy, she's like, oh, come, like, oh, what is it? And then she's holding the bag of my pad. And then she told me that, like, you can't do this. You can't let him see that pad you used. Then she gave me that bag and I brought back home. I mean, like, what's gonna happen if he sees it? He's gonna see someday anyways. Like, if he's gonna date women or yours, like, I don't know, maybe she's gonna hide it from him. I don't know, that's so stressful to live like that. But she gave it to me and I was like, I should have put that pad on his table and he can freaking sit. See that, Brad? This is what's gonna happen to women and it won't happen to you. Good for you. Good for you, and be nice to me. Oh, that woman was crazy. That woman was crazy, really. Yeah, that was my period material. Hey. Yeah. Other than that, it's all like very inappropriate material. What am I gonna do? All right, let's see. So Japan has this robot android thing that listens to you. She's very pretty. She's like very pretty woman. And then you talk, and then she listens, and then she. Laugh for you. Like that whoever made this, the Japanese guy, scientist or whatever, he knows how to build a robot. And he doesn't know how to make laugh. That's why he have to make robot laugh for him. Like, really? Really? I laugh for you for free if it's funny enough. Just be funny. If you're so smart. Like, just be funny. I'm tired of listening to you. And then, yeah, then you're not gonna pay. We're gonna spread. That sucks. Anyways. What else do I have? It's allowed to say. Okay, I'm gonna do this one. It's English second language for me. Things are tough. English is tough. And then if I'm walking outside and I see squirrel, like squirrel, that fluffy thing, the tiny, they're really quick. Look, it's squirrel. It's too long to say that thing. It's so quick. Never have enough time to say it. Thank you. Like squirrel. Like it's hard to say. It doesn't look like squirrel. It looks like a little more like squirrel. No squirrel. That's allowed to say. I feel weird saying that, you know. Yeah, now I'm gonna do my song and then I should end like that. Yeah. All right, it's just listen. I need a tampon. I pay for my tampons month after month. I did my meditation and no communications help, so shut the fuck up. Perhaps I cannot cuss. I'm about to puke and breach a tampon stock escape my puss, but cheaper than unbreached tampons. I mean, how the heck makes sense? We need a tampons for free. And we breathe in pain till we get. We need a tampons. We need a tampons. No man deserves a pussy if we don't get free tampons every month. Hey. Hey. By the way, I was on my period. Thank you so much. Google Miho Fuji. I'm famous enough. I have Wikipedia.
Here you are, man.
Coochie or Coochie?
What? Fuji. You can't say Fuji no more. Thank you, Albert.
Hey, I'll see you in that mansion
Yes, indeed.
in the upper room. There you go.
All right.
Thank you. That was quite an evening. That was quite an evening. That's why Colin's coming up here. Let's do this.
Oh, sure.
Come on. You got all dressed up. Come on. With your Irish colors over here.
My fancy sweatshirt.
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
How you doing? I did not know there was going to be little people here. My material is so not kid-friendly, so I'm just going to ad-lib and do stuff. It's going to be like practice for kids' birthday parties. That is my career goal. I'm just going to do some riffing here. Albert, I think, left.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say I love UFOs and aliens and space. And I always use his quote from when Jesus or God, whoever said, I have many mansions and rooms. I'm always like, he's talking about other planets. And I think he was a Buddhist. He disappeared from, like, in the Bible, there's, like, a huge gap from when he was a kid till then, like, he was, like, 33, and everyone's like, where did he go? And some people think he went to China and studied, like, Buddhism and Kung Fu. That would be awesome. Kung Fu Jesus. Ultimate badass. In the news, it's terrible every day. Just shootings, racist police. As someone who does love Star Trek, it's made me reevaluate my sci-fi sort of fantasies. If we get to Star Trek, if NASA gets there, it's just going to be super racist. It's not going to be like the show where it's like choir music and they're like, peace, and they pull up to a planet. It will be like the TV show Cops. It'll be like, hey, boys, just pulling up to a planet. They beam down. We'll just beat the shit out of some aliens. Be like, send phasers to racist, and then they will just leave, and that'll be humans. None of this is kid-friendly. This is kind of kid-friendly, the most-ish. I saw in the news, she won't know who this is, Casey Anthony was on the news. She went to Disney World.
Oh.
How mad would you be if you were like the family who's stuck being in line with her all day, or like we've been saving for 3 years and you're just stuck with the lady who killed her kid? Or did she get to go like cut in front of line? Did she get like this special celebrity bracelet, which would make it even worse, you know? You just know the ghosts of like her kid and Walt Disney are there the whole time. Like, this is terrible. This is terrible. Oh, mansions also. Superheroes. I love comic books. I've been fascinated with recently. They have Marvel Unlimited, this app. It's like Netflix for comics. You can just go for like $9 a month to read every Marvel comic. I'm reading every single one. But Avengers, Batman, which is a Marvel, but every superhero person has a mansion. Like they all, I think, rich people in the old days must have been really cool and tough. Like they kind of would build these archetypes. Today, that is the opposite. I don't think anyone's ever looked at like Bill Gates and been like, that guy can lift a car. No one's looked at Elon Musk and ever been inspired. It looks like rich people now have no bones. They're just like whiny bowls of Jell-O. If I was a superhero, I do look like a potato. I'd be like Man-tato. That would be like my French fries. Also, I think a great superhero, there's like Catwoman. What about Catman? Just like some guy bit by a radioactive cat. He's like, meow. Just stare at you through a window. Look at himself. I have nothing. So next on Wednesday, I'm gonna come back and do the most unkid-friendly stuff ever. Crowd work. I'll practice crowd work. Does anyone have kid-friendly crowd suggestions?
Bubbles.
Bubbles. Michael Jackson's monkey was named Bubbles.
That's true.
I bet it died a terrible death soon. That didn't go well. Or Michael Jackson molested it. He may be terrible. Sorry, I cut you off, Patty.
He was very kid-friendly.
He was. That's terrible. Does anybody else have any suggestions?
How do you make gold stew?
I don't know.
What's the last
King
thing you brought
carrots.
to show and tell?
Do what?
What's the last thing you ever brought to show and tell?
That's a good question. I went to Catholic school. I don't know if we had that.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't tell.
Yeah, nothing. I have nothing. That's my time. This is awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Tell us about Catholic school then. Come on.
Yeah, how much time do I have? How long have I?
You had 5 minutes left.
Yeah, that's enough. That's like good. I'm gonna come on Wednesday and do super terrible. The kids would hate stuff. Pokemon are awesome though. Thank you guys.
You can never let a kid stop you in an audience.
No, I didn't stop. It was enhanced.
But you know what? Those kid shows make a lot of money.
Oh, yeah. That's all I watch.
And I'm saying you could do a kid show now.
That's awesome. That's my goal.
Stop laughing. Can you juggle?
No.
I gotta put a kid show together soon. Poor Patty's like, I hope she doesn't call me, but he's the first one I'll call. You know that, right? I'll be like, hey,
Yeah,
Patty, we have a kid show. But right now we have an adult show going. I'm gonna call him up anyway. Let's give it up. Put up the Yaddy for Patty.
Go Irish.
Get your blue pills. Go Irish.
Hold on. Let's do a little better than that, shall we? Come on. Wait. Keep it going. Good twist. Because things are going great for me. Oh, things are going great for me. You know, and I thought to myself, because things are going so great for me, why don't I, drive about 12 miles and pay $5 to $10 to be mildly ignored by my peers? That's you. That's all of you. It's a miracle what's happened here tonight. Do you realize here on this stage tonight you've had a black Mormon and a sober Irishman? That doesn't happen. That just doesn't happen. You had, I got to tell you, Colin, you kind of look like if one of the seven dwarfs had a criminal record. Which one? Like if they had one called Homie, and he had, the seven dwarf that has the neck tattoos. That one, he'd probably, I think Snow White might have a story to tell about you. Is what I'm saying. It might be. It could go dark. It could go dark. Albert. These two are having a conversation. That's okay. Let them go right ahead and have a conversation. Well, I'm just up here doing comedy is all. That's okay. That's okay. That's all right. Finish your conversation by all means. I mean, what were you talking about?
I'm trying to see if my car's gonna get towed, so I don't have to walk to Vegas.
Oh, shit, that's a important conversation.
Yeah. Well, that couldn't be delayed at all. That couldn't be delayed at all. All right. Well, you guys can finish up. What I'm interested is, does she know the answer to that question? Because she doesn't. I don't think she has any answers for that situation for you, Mr. Ortiz. Ortega. Oh, that's right. There's a salsa named after you.
Right.
God damn it! You must be famous. Or do you have anything to do with that salsa?
No, I wish I did.
But you do like Filipino women, don't you?
Not no more.
You're done with them? No. The reason I say is all my children are half Irish and half Filipino, which technically makes them tall Mexicans. Yeah, I've been deep. Like here's the thing. I'm going to make an appeal. First of all, there's been some selective talk about women this, women that. Let's just give it up for women in general. Give it up for women in general. What would we do without you? None of us would be here. There's only one way to get here, That's the route that we've all taken. But I'm going to make a request of the women here. Please, if you're going to wear those shorts that have writing on the back, just understand something. I'm a slow reader, and it's hard not to come off like a pervert. And also, some women really shouldn't be wearing those shorts. I think we know who I'm talking about. Like I saw on the way over here, it was two gals. One gal had on the back of her shorts, it said UCLA. It was cute. The one next to her had University of Southern California, www.universityofsoutherncalifornia.edu. I'm trying to say she had a big ass. That's the translation to it. Albert, we've heard a lot about Jesus tonight, haven't we? Oh, there's been a whole lot of Jesus in here. I don't think Jesus wants to hear any more about Jesus. If you went up to Jesus and said, hey, Jesus, can I talk to you about Jesus? He'd go, no, please. No more. And the people that are so sure about Jesus don't want to give you a break. Like, you're not, no. Because Jesus, if you think about if he was a friend of yours, and he would come across conceited. Like, I'm the way and I'm the only way. Oh, get over yourself, Jesus. What do you mean? I am the way and I am the only way. Because people don't know this, but I actually have met Jesus. I did. I met him 12 years ago. I was in St. Louis, and I was eating a ham sandwich. And I was walking down the street, and I was eating my ham sandwich, and Jesus come up to me. He said, hi, I'm Jesus. Can I have a bite of your ham sandwich? And I said, hell no. Hell no, Jesus! If you're Jesus, get your own damn ham sandwich. He's Jesus, he's all powerful. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I want you all to sit back for a moment and drink me in. Today, I had everything died. Everything died. Because I'm this. Can you tell by the beard? It's like a dyed beard. I'm the guy with the dyed beard. I never thought I would be that guy. A lot of talk of periods here today. I'm from a tough neighborhood in South Chicago. Girls didn't have periods. They had question marks. But I'm the guy with the dyed beard. I never thought I'd be the guy with the dyed beard, you know? Yeah.
Make you look good.
Give a round of applause for my beard. All of you. All of you, give it up for my beard. You can give it up for my beard, too. Can I ask you a question? Have you ever had hot, incredible sex with someone that you just couldn't stand? Have you ever done that? It is fantastic. You should try it. My first marriage was a 5-year hate fuck. But you couldn't leave in the morning. It was that type of thing. Yes, I'm winning you over tonight. This is going great. This is fantastic. Let me see if I have any Sesame Street humor. Nope. Nope, I don't have any Sesame Street humor, Mr. Ortega.
That's okay.
But that's okay. We're all here together, aren't we? United in this venture to find the funny. Yeah. I'm just looking at you, that's all. I'm going to look at you until something happens. Who knows? Anybody married here? Are you married, Mr. Ortega?
Of course.
No, just child support. Yeah. I've got, I have a child who's an alcoholic vegan. He doesn't like me at all, and he gave me an early Father's Day gift. It says, "Number 2 Dad," on a coffee mug. What kind of a thing is that to do? Number 2 Dad. Go right ahead, sir. You know, this gentleman being here means something. It means there's an empty seat in the balcony at the Muppet Show. That's okay. Thank you for the narration. I appreciate it.
Empty seat for Mr. Potato also.
Ah! Give him a round of applause. All the laughter belongs to me, by the way. I don't care who gets the laugh. It's all mine. There we go.
You need to see.
Somebody, I've just got to say something. Someone's phone has gone off 8 times with the bing, bing, bing. It's like trying to do comedy next to a slot machine. Stop it. Turn your phone off. Have a little recognition for the rest of the folks here. Good God.
These are the better than this guy coming.
Okay, here we go. This is, who is this? Is it somebody's grandpa has come here? I'm somebody's grandpa, by the way.
He drinks. It's yours.
Who, is that the landlord?
No. He doesn't even work here anymore.
He just kind of wanders through on occasion. Just a bald guy with an accent comes in. That time Mr. Potato Head. That helps. I want someone to walk through and say, that guy, Mr. Potato Head. First of all, I'm Irish. That's a fucking slur. That Mr. Potato stuff. You know, they went gender neutral with Mr. Potato Head. Now it's just Potato Head. You know, they did that a couple years ago. And for an Irish boy who grew up without a father, that's very confusing. I'm going to tell you something. You guys have been terrible. I mean, just fucking awful. But that's okay. We'll get through this. We'll make it through. I'm looking forward to see what the person comes on after me can do with the likes of you. The likes of you. So listen, you never know. It could happen. It could happen. No, you're going to be great. I'm looking forward to seeing what you do next. I'm Patty, Paddyforcomedy. I'm going to go over in the corner and cry. And in the meantime, let's give it up for Sunda Kronquist. Come on!
What did I do with that frozen water? I'm sucking on it like, oh, there it is. If it hit my toe, I'd be in trouble.
Oh.
Forgive me. What was your last name? Taylor?
Collins.
Collins. Okay, I was getting Collins and Collins. I'm just got myself confused with the Collins and the Collins, but that's okay.
Go Irish.
Go Irish. Taylor Collins. Let's do it. That's okay. What's wrong? She can help you. That's so like terrible of me, but she knows how to use it better than me.
All right.
All right, give it up for Taylor.
Thank you. Irish followed by Irish, great. Except I'm not sober Irish anymore. I've tried it. It wasn't very fun. No. Back here, back doing comedy and drinking heavily. So yes. But before we get into some jokes, I did want to share something with you guys because it's like fresh off my personal press, and I'm still processing it. But like, okay, so the other day I worked 13 hours and I was exhausted, and I got home from work, and I just wanted to get home to my dog. And then I was struggling to park my car. And so I did what you do when you're frustrated, and I took to Facebook, and I put on Facebook, parallel parking in Los Angeles. Do I hit that e-scooter behind me or that person's house tent in front of me? Right. I mean, it was just a simple observation, but a lot of people were sad-faced about it. Were sad, and I'm like, I was frustrated. I was trying to park between a rock and a hard space, or it's like a startup and a pop-up, or like a scooter with electricity and a house without. Like, I don't know. I don't think it was sad, but then I was like, what's sad is that I've had a dog for 10 years and I'm still a shitty mom. Like, but maybe angry that I pay so much for rent and still don't have a place to park my car. That's sad. And then I was thinking about it, and I was like, all the people that sad-faced it were the same white folk that bandwagon BLM and never even had a black friend. Okay. You're sad. I was like, my tent dweller is my homie. Lazaro, black dude from the islands. He's super cool. We're buds. Like, he watches my vehicles for me. I leave him beers once in a while. He gave me pasta, and I ate it. And once when it was pouring rain, he put a brand new motorcycle cover on top of my motorcycle for me. Oh. I know. I was so grateful. I went out there in the pouring rain, and, you know, he lives in a leaky tent, and I wanted to invite him in. I did. I was like, oh, it's so sweet. Like, you're wet. It's raining. And then I realized it wasn't a good idea. So, but it could have been the beginning of, like, a beautiful rom-com, right? But I knew it wasn't a good idea because when my roommate found out that our new coffee machine was from him, she threw it out on the streets. So I'd hate for her to see him on our couch and then, you know, throw him out on the streets. But he's a great guy. He's like the happiest motherfucker there is. Like, so stress-free. Like, I swear this guy will never get cancer. Like, but it was just an observation from Los Angeles, as I just moved to LA. Thank you. Thank you. For my 8th time. Truth is, I've just kind of wandered around, traveled a bit. I, too, actually found myself living in a tent in a tree in Alaska for a summer. So I understand what Lazaro's going through here. I think I had it even worse, though, because it was freezing, and I had to go to work. So, But it did get to a point where I knew I couldn't really take it anymore. I was losing my mind. I tried. So I called my mom, frustrated and crying, freezing. I'm like, Mom, what should I do with my life? And she's like, you know what, Tay? Why don't you ask God? This is your God guy. He's back. So I asked God what I should do with my life. And he said nothing. So I took his advice. Whole lot of nothing. And enjoying it. But, so then I ended up back in LA, because we'll just take anyone. Ended up in Venice Beach. Thank you. And people ask me where I grew up, and I say I haven't. Because the truth is, I just feel like I'm so far behind in life now. Like, so far behind. Like, all of my friends have finished Game of Thrones. I don't know my login. Like, they're all married. They've all been kidnapped by these husbands. I have to, like, throw rocks at their window to see if they can come out and play. Like, it used to be so fun, my girlfriends and I. It was fun. Like, we'd go to happy hours and get cocktails. And we'd ask each other silly questions like, would you sleep with that guy? Now they just say, have you? But to be honest with you guys, I've actually never had a real boyfriend. Yeah. 35 years old. I've never had a real successful boyfriend, actually. The truth is, I'm really easygoing, and I hate rejection. Right. So I always find myself going for that low-hanging fruit, you know? But sometimes it's just, like, so low. It's like a banana peel on the ground that I slip on and think I've been swept off my feet. You know, I know, but I'm doing okay. I got myself a new rescue. I got my dog. Yay, thanks. Love dogs. Got this rescue. He's great. He's big, light brown, fluffy, lazy, sleeps all day in the garage at his uncle's house. He's 35 in boy years. I think he makes a great companion. Like, I feed him dinner. We go on long, silent walks. And I like to build up his self-esteem. Like, who's a good boy? You know, I think it's going somewhere. It's great. It's like having a puppy who fucks me. I'm not gonna get any better than this. Yeah, the truth is that, I date a lot of losers. They got the best drugs, what can I say? And the depressed dudes fuck the best. It's like that angry sex, you don't like your partner. It's great. But okay, so then this guy, yeah, we'll get there. Oh, yes. So I'm at that age, and I keep getting asked if I want to have kids. And the truth is, I do want to have kids. Sorry, this is a good one, and I'm fucking it up. Okay. And so it's just hard for me to justify it when I feel like there's just so many grown men who haven't been raised yet. It's like you don't bring sand to the beach. You don't bring babies into a world of babies. Like, I'm already busy trying to raise the man that's supposed to give me the kids. So when he's all raised up, let's talk. But all my friends seem to think it's a good idea to have people. Like, during pandemic, they all got knocked up. And I'm like, that's your solution? All right. So then I kept getting invited to all these baby showers. Invited. You get this like invite thing in the email with like instructions on exactly what the bitch wants. Like, you don't get to get creative and make her something. Like, you don't get to be on a budget. Like, it must be on the list. And it's always the big ticket items too, right? It's like the stroller, the crib. Like, bitch, I don't even know where I'm sleeping tonight. And now I gotta put your baby up? I just think it's a little excessive. It's like, you really need all that. Like, the baby monitor? You live in a studio apartment. you gonna go, huh? I'm a minimalist. I'm a traveler. I just don't see why people need so much shit. Honestly, Lazaro's doing it right. He's simple. But I lived in Guatemala for 5 months, and the women down there, they carried their baby or babies. Actually, they wrapped them up in this blanket, and then they carried them on their back as they walked up a hill 5 miles and came down with a bundle of logs and a pail of water. And my friends need 3 different strollers. Isn't that? We're getting a little carried away here. And they always act so surprised when they open their presents too, right? You've probably been to a bunch of this shit. So surprised. Like, the breast pump? How'd you know I needed that? Like, it was on the list. Like, you picked that out. You basically just Amazon Prime that to yourself, and I delivered it in a floral dress. Oh, get me a mimosa.
Yes.
I don't know. My parents, I mean, I get the whole thing, like, it takes a village, right? It takes a village to raise the child. But my parents raised me to don't have something if you can't take care of it yourself. It's like nobody helped me take care of my drinking problem. I didn't just check myself into rehab and then invoice my friends. We'll get in there, though. But that's all I'll do for you guys for now. Thank you. That was fun. If you want to see all of my cool yachting and travel pics, because I don't post comedy, Captain Funzo is the name on Instagram.
All right. Woo! Captain Funzo. I like that one. Anybody have a lineup? I'm so sorry. I just need a lineup.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you. I don't mean to make you guys wait like this, because you know. Thank you so much. Oh, I can't even see anymore. This is terrible. How did this happen? Because sometimes you don't know how to go until you have the comedy of Lenny McKenzie in your life.
Yeah.
Where is he? Right here. Lenny! When'd you get from the back to the front? When did you come out? When'd you come out?
Did I come out? I had to go talk to the bald man outside about. He was trying to tell me something. I don't know what he was talking about. Yeah. I'm pretty good at like speaking English to people who don't speak English because I work with a bunch of Mexicans and a lot of them are very racist. Like they just say racist things to me, and I don't know how to tell them not to be racist. They don't understand. This is all true. I'm not making this up. I have a Mexican security guard where I work that I used to tell Luke and Shannon about, who just will like walk up to me for no reason and go, yeah, black people no good. Yeah, black no good. That's 100% true. He just does that, and I don't speak Spanish, so like I'm just like no. He's like, yeah, no good. I'm like, no, I can't really do anything about it. Yeah. So, other than vote for Trump, I'm enjoying like working clean. I'm just see how edgy I can get while still being clean. Yeah. I was listening to a lot of Lenny Bruce recently and Nipsey Russell and all them, and I kind of miss that time. I miss like gender roles and like I miss when I could just hit a woman if I didn't like what she was saying. Like that's really what I miss, particularly the whites. I don't. That was nice. That's. Because Lenny Bruce was just being Lenny Bruce, and what like really put me on to that like times have changed, as he said, policeman. And you don't really hear policeman that often anymore. And I was like, oh yeah, back in his time, all police were men, and like, I'm not saying I miss that, but like, you ever look at a female police officer and just kind of like, come on, you know what I mean? Like. I don't think they're gonna catch me in a pursuit. That's all. If they're 5'4", I don't. How fast can you be at 5'4"? Most police officers are overweight, male or female, but like, I just see a lot of like 5'4" Hispanic female cops, and I'm like, and even if she does catch me, what then? You know what I'm saying? Like what are you really gonna? I could probably kick you a lot harder than you could kick me. Like it's yeah. Like it, I could, if you tackled me, I just gotta like. It'd be like one of your little cousins, you know what I mean? Like when a little kid is just kind of like, just like, and I'm gone. I'm a feminist. Whoever said I wasn't. I support everything, okay? It's really important that we support women. Women are half the planet, okay? Always. Just kind of pathetic, really, when you think about it, because, like, they're the only people that ever be oppressed who, like, aren't minorities, you know what I mean? Because, like, every other oppression of every other group, well being wrong, I can kind of see how it happens, you know what I mean? Like, gay people are, like, 1% of the population. Like, if it's 1 v. 100, I understand how you can lose, you know what I mean? Like, black people in America is, like, 10%. It's, like, 1 v. 10, I understand how you could lose that. But, like, 1 v. 1, and you lose, like, consistently, like, everywhere around the world, for all the history, that's just... We need more female police officers. And, trans people are very, very, very small number. About less than 1%. So, I assume people's genders all day, every day. Because I'll assume anything. I have over a 99% chance of getting right. Alright, that didn't land. That's the one you really need to land. I misgendered a trans person the other day. Yeah, it didn't go well. I was at work, and like I was about to go on my break, so I was just trying to like finish up with this next customer so I could go to my break. And this customer walks in. You done yet? Customer walks in. Long hair, big beard, big muscles, and a dress. And like I'm just trying to get on my break because my lunch was 5 minutes ago already. So I'll just go hand him stuff. Here you go, sir. Enjoy your day. He turns to me and goes, sir, do you know how hard I try to look like a woman? And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. You should maybe try a little harder, lose a beard. Those little laughs are so much better than nothing at all. just a chuckle in a room this quiet. I like t-shirts. I like t-shirts with like a little bit of information in the front and then most of the information's in the back. Cause when someone walks past you, it's like a little movie teaser and then a movie. Yeah. That joke is dumb.
Good joke.
Yeah, no. We're working on the Mitchiness. Nobody's compared me to him since I cut my hair. Not once. But then I'll show, like I'll talk to somebody, never get compared to Mitch Hedberg, then I'll show them a clip of me with my hair, and they're like, oh, Mitch Hedberg.
Oh my God.
Once I cut my hair, when I had my hair, it was just Mitch constantly, and like I hadn't been influenced by him up to that point, but now that I cut it, I just get compared to Dice, so it's like, you know what I mean? I gotta choose one, because those two don't have a whole lot in common, performance-wise. Dice. Dude, you said I look like his son, Patty. Oh, the back.
If Dice were a Labrador Retriever.
Yeah. Yeah, he's another, like, Jewish coming off Italian. Yeah. Sunda called me an Italian when she first met me, just over a year ago. Just because I have a big nose and talk with my hands and say racist things. Yeah, you're racist Italians right now. You bunch of bigots. You guys see this new term, anti-racist? You've heard it. You're aware of it. it's kind of a silly term to me, because the original thinking was racism so bad, if you don't like it, you'd be pretty strongly against it. You know what I mean? Because there's not a lot of in between with that. Like, I'm not an arsonist, but I've never heard anyone feel the need to say I'm an anti-arsonist. Like, that's just kind of assumed already. And if you say you're an anti-arsonist, kind of makes you sound like an arsonist. You know what I mean? Like, you can't say that without sounding suspicious for the oldest. Yeah, eldest. Not Albert. He left already. He two types of eldest because he's a Mormon. Nobody got that. There we go. Thank you, somebody. I'm scared of Mormons. Like, they're tough people, bro. Like, those missions. A lot of those missions they go on. A lot of them Polynesians too. Like, there's a lot of giant Polynesian Mormons who used to beat me up. But I digress. Okay. Have a lot of jokes about infanticide that I not have the time to tell. What I will say is that I graduated high school recently. How much time am I, Monica? Minute? Okay. I'm gonna close this. How to close this? Alright, I graduated high school recently. Yeah, you guys remember high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, this audience is awake. I feel about this audience like I feel about Tupac, you know what I mean? Like I hope it's alive, but like, realistically, maybe the audience is just in Cuba somewhere. Certainly isn't here. Had a lot of fun in high school. Got introduced to Dare. You guys remember Dare? Yeah, those. Yeah, a bunch of clowns. Here's the thing, if I was gonna scare kids off drugs, I would not bring them to Dare. You know how I bring them?
Where?
Any open mic in America. Alright, thank you all very much. That's my time. Good night. I just want to say, Bill Cosby's innocent. Free the nipple. Thank you all. Good night.
Lenny, where do we find you on social media?
Lenny McKenzie on Instagram.
It's MC.
MC.
Mackenzie is McKenzie. Where is Shannon?
Where did they go?
Where did they go? No, they're not in here. We can't help it. Let's bring up Anya.
No, don't.
Yeah, come on. Let's have some fun. Anya's the one. Let's do it. Anya!
Yeah, I'm real.
Woo!
It's good, y'all. It's been a minute. Fuck. Okay. Let's get through this. I don't know where I'm at mentally. I get uncomfortable when jobs ask me for too much info about my last employer. Like, I was applying for this job recently, and they were like, oh, like, you know, they asked for the name of my last employer. I was like, all right, that's normal, right? They asked for the number. I was like, that's normal. They asked for the email. I was like, okay. They asked for the location. I'm like, all right, hold on. Are y'all trying to hire them or me? Like, I'm these niggas starting to sound like competition. Like, it's, I feel like you should be focused on me in that situation. Like, I feel like we're focused on the wrong thing. I think it's also very hilarious that there's the kid here. I love the shoes you have on. Show everybody the kicks, the fly kicks. Everybody take a peek. The red ruby kicks. I was like, I feel like if she click her heels, she gonna go home. Like, she click her heels 3 times, she's going the fuck home. Like, I'm wishing I had that same footwear. I recently, like, started sympathizing with my dad about, like, just, like, okay. like I always make jokes about my dad, and I'm like, damn, like, you know, I make my dad sound so bad on stage. Like he's like strict Nigerian dad, right? Cool. But it's like I got probably like the trilogy of like strict dads all in one. Like he's not only Nigerian, he's also a pastor. And then this man worked as a prison guard for the LA sheriff. So he's like he has no choice but to be the way he is. I'm like, this is like all three most strict dads in one. Like that shit is pretty dope. Like I'm like, I don't know, I'm starting to sympathize with just how he be acting. Like I'm like, I get it. Like I just get it. Let's get to this koala comedy. Shout out to koalas, man. I recently found out that they had chlamydia though. Yeah. And I was really concerned with like how the fuck we found that out. Like who was like, I feel like in my head there's like a whole backstory. Like there was like some dude who was like a zoologist, and like the koala was getting mad love from like a zoologist he was interested in. Like she's just like so into koalas, and he's like, what the fuck does he have that I don't have, you know? And he's like trying every day to like show the koala up, like, oh, he can't even use his thumbs, like look at him. And she's like, oh, it's okay, he's so cute. And he's like, he found out the koala had like chlamydia, and he's like they're doing like a koala show, and she's like, oh, this is the koala, and she's like hugging him in front of everybody. He's like, do you know he has chlamydia? It's like, who the fuck? How did you? Why does that matter? Like, why does that? Who knew? Like, why do we even know that? Like, I don't even. Why are they taking STD tests? I don't feel like I needed to know. I don't know. It's just very weird. It's just very weird. We're not doing any usual stuff. We're just doing a bunch of random ideas that I've had. So we're gonna go to, I don't know, bro. I really just, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I was asleep like 10 minutes ago. I for sure was asleep 10 minutes ago. No offense to anyone here. I've been up, man. I'm working, man. You know, I'm a working man. I'm a substitute teacher. Yeah, I know, right? It's weird because I was in a room earlier with like a bunch of kids, and I was the only adult, and now I'm in a room with a bunch of adults, and there's one kid. It's like everything is just flipped. It's chaotic. I don't know. I really have nothing today. I'm gonna give time back to the room right now.
Oh, come on! Anya! They didn't even find you? You know what?
I got a couple of people that really keep this show running when I'm not here, and I want to bring up the comedy Sam. I am, yes. Bringing Samantha Linderman up here. Not to be confused with Samantha Linton.
It's an application, but
Give it up for Anya West. He gave up about 8 minutes. So how this works is I'll be absorbing those 8 minutes, and now I'll be doing 18. Give it up for Natalia right here. She's been through a lot of secondhand smoke today. She walked in at a bad time earlier, around 4:20, to be exact. You're a queen, that's what I'm saying. She knows a lot more than I do, I could just tell. Basically, there were some cookies over there, and I was like, do you want one? And she looked at it and she was like, no. And I took a bite and I thought my tooth cracked. And she looked at me and she was like, why did you eat that cookie? I did a show last night.
Nice.
And it's at a bar that lets me in. So it's also like, you know, my social, it's like I don't have a life. But last night, so I went to a show by myself, and the only person that I knew there was the person who booked me and the bartender who I followed on Instagram, who has 34,000 followers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, you gotta just know, you gotta open your fucking mouth. So it's me and the beautiful Brazilian bartender, and this guy came up. I went to the bathroom. First of all, the week before I went there, nothing's funny. She's just laughing because she loves me. She's just like this. She's like, help. A woman walked in on me in the restroom. I was obviously with another girl in the bathroom, not like that. But, you know, I was sitting. And I didn't want her to feel bad. That's my first thought. I'm not thinking about my extremities being seen. I'm not thinking about, oh, is she, what does it smell like in there? You know, I'm not thinking about any of that. I just went like this. I was like, I was sitting, I was like, like I bumped into her on the street. And then I walked in on somebody this week. Anyways, why am I talking about the bathroom? Did I
going on.
have any ideas? No. This is what was in my head. Talk to the child in the audience. She is on what's called YouTube. And that is an app that children, and also I find men, really love YouTube. Like, you ask a guy what show he watches, he's like, Joey Diaz! Have you heard of him? He's funny. I don't know if you'd like him, though. He's kind of, I don't know. Oh, you like comedy? What do you think about Dave Chappelle? Oh, what do you think about him? Because he's the best comic ever. And if you don't think so, you're a fucking pussy. Oh, my God. Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? So I went to a psychiatrist first time I'm like 16, 17. Thank you. Did you caught for that? Someone is like, there's medication in here. This is a side note. If you do find a plastic bag with a hexagonal white pill in it, it's mine. I don't know if I took it or not. I can't remember. If you take it, like, it's not going to be fun. It's a mood stabilizer. Anyways, so circle back. I go to the psychiatrist. I'm like 16, 17 years old. I forgot about it, so I had some substances in me. And I get there, and it's like his wife is the secretary, and it's like carpet on the wall and the floor. I'm sweaty. My mother's there. He looks like what you would want a psychiatrist not to be. But then, like, in the coming of age movie, like, I would want to be like the hot young girl and like the old psychiatrist. Not like that. Like, stop. I'm saying the juxtaposition of him being like, the past. And I was like, you don't know me. But he asked if I wanted my mom to come in and give history. Also, why am I doing this? Why am I holding this like this? I'm having a problem in heart, mind, and soul. So he goes, oh, you want your mom to come in and give a history? I was like, I don't even know what happened yesterday. I need that, you know? So we sit down, and he's like, when's the last time you thought about killing yourself? I was like, whoa. That, I have 1? Am I doing 5?
No. Oh, are you doing 10?
I'm gonna do 8. I'm gonna do 10. I'm absorbing the 8. And he's like, when was the last time you thought about killing yourself? And I was like, that's not history, you know? No, not like it was today. No, I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying, like, that's kind of not a question. So he was really weird, and he never asked my mom to leave. And then he goes, okay, so you have ADHD girl type. ADHD pink. ADHD, but you're cute about it. You know, the thing about ADHD is that everybody has it.
Everybody.
And it makes me really upset because I wish I had it sooner, you know? Because ADHD kids in elementary school, like, there was a beanbag chair. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was like a vibe that I never got to experience. So, ADHD girl type, anxiety, depression. He diagnosed me with an autoimmune disorder I don't have because he's really trying to find people for his research. I looked him up and it was only his name. And then he goes, and possible Tourette's. I started crying. I was like, Tourette's? If I have Tourette's, my dad has Tourette's. He goes, let's only talk about people in this room. I go, okay, if I have Tourette's, you have Tourette's, my mom has Tourette's, your wife has Tourette's. And that was like not a convincing argument, obviously. Yeah, I'm born to like an older Jewish father. It's like he's not from New York, he's not Italian, but he wishes he was so he could just say that and it wouldn't be just verbal abuse. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, no. It's like, you're saying really mean things, really loud. Was that my phone? Someone messaged me today and it said he's got a girl. That's what happened. That's what happened. Does everyone know what that means? Somebody went on a guy's phone that I was speaking to and said he's got a girl. And I'm like, the thing that kills me the most about it is I'll never know the drama story. Like, I'll never know how much of a part I played in it. You know what I mean? I'll never, like, I don't know, like, how much of a fight is it? Like, how important am I? That's so fucked up. How important am I that she felt like she needs to say that to me is how I'm looking at it in, like, a sort of silver lining way. He's got a girl. That's crazy. That's just, like, power to me. That, like, me in another city, in another time, is ruining someone else's life. He said he was talking to a pale, redheaded, he goes, a pale, redheaded, Latinx, Latina girl who pushes me around. I was like, then why are we talking right now? Because that's pretty much the opposite of me, like in a nutshell. Like if you could put me in the AI and click opposite, it would be pale, redheaded, Latinx, Latina who pushes him around. And he's not woke, so I don't know where that came from. You know what I mean? Dude, guys are really attractive and just gut-wrenching. So dry, expect to be so wet. They want you to be Moana. Just wet and nobody knows how far you'll go. You know, they'll go as far as... I'm so sweaty. I don't like the white light. Everybody likes the white light.
I don't either.
Warm.
It's warm. I like the purple light.
Yeah.
Savannah's here. What's your name, right? Thank God. I called like someone's name who works at the mall wrong, but I knew your name. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm just done. Like tonight's really hard. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's all about showing up.
It is.
It's all about showing up.
It is.
Come to the mic Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're gonna be starting a kids class. Natalia's gonna be in it. I just made that up, but she could be. Starts June 12th. What is it? 8 to 14-year-olds. You're 8.
She'll tell you on extension. By the way,
Samantha's thing is Sam TBH.
Sam like TBH.
Sam like TBH. Sam like TBH. But we have someone else coming up here that helps out a lot, and I wanted to get her up here. Let's give it for Monica with a K. Figure that out. Figure that out.
So I'll see what's on my shirt. Eyes up here, guys. Just kidding. Yeah, the other day I got arrested for breaking into the entertainment industry. Sorry, is it me? It's like it's a bit hot in here, don't you think? It's a bit warm in here. We can make it a little bit cooler after this. I've always wanted. Okay, never mind. It's good. I've always wanted to take a carousel, but install it from the ceiling. So it's like a ceiling fan, but there's just horses dropping down. But like, you could still kind of ride the horses because they're still kind of suspended from the ceiling, but you'd be riding them from upside down. I hope that joke put the arousal in carousel. I know that's not how you spell it, but like any horse, nobody likes a naysayer. On Friday, I went to a theme park. The theme was Griffith. I was supposed to go on like a little 2-mile hike. It ended up being like 7 because I got lost. But that's on me. Do you ever notice that the higher you climb a mountain, the more higher pitched your farts get? Is that just me? Okay, cool. So what else? Oh, yes, it is getting hotter outside. I know a lot of women are trying to get that hourglass figure, but personally, I don't want my ankles to be that big. I stopped working out intensely during the pandemic, because I wanted to flatten the curves. One of the reasons I don't like working out as much is because I don't really like workout clothing. I don't like wearing workout clothing. I hate those commercials for Lululemon leggings that are like, these leggings are gonna make your legs breathe. And then I'm like, guys, you don't breathe from your legs. Or those dudes who wear those sleeveless shirts because they couldn't decide whether to wear a tank top or a crossing guard vest. Because you see, for me, like when I work out, I work out at home. I work out in my pajama pants and nothing else. I've also noticed that there's an inherent Eurocentrism when it comes to a lot of popular exercises, especially among the weightlifting community. For example, you see a guy doing something like this. What is he doing? Romanian deadlifts, you know, just thrusting the pelvis back and sinking down, just like they apparently do in Romania. You see some other guy over, you know, with his heavy ass dumbbells. Oh shit, that did not happen. But is, you know, doing some lungey thing. What's that guy doing? Bulgarian lunges, because that's what they do in Bulgaria. And then you see someone in the corner, and you're like, oh, what's he doing? Sitting Indian style. I've always wanted, so my aunt is a yoga teacher, and being an Indian yoga teacher in California is a minority. I think if I ever have kids, I want to grow up teaching them yoga, because it's the easiest way to learn all your animals. I need to develop that a little bit more, but that was just like a little idea I had. I know, Miho, when you were on stage, you were talking a lot about periods. We talk a lot about issues surrounding menstruation and issues surrounding menstruation that affect particularly marginalized communities. I want to talk about one marginalized communities that are disproportionately affected by issues surrounding menstruation, and those are astronauts.
Damn. Oh my god. The realization.
Contrary to popular belief, menstrual cycles do not require gravity to function properly, so it's not gonna come up like a lava lamp. That was actually one of the reasons why like women were not allowed to become astronauts for so long, because people thought that like your period would go up for some reason, and that's not the case. Same thing with pregnancies. Like, you're not gonna like spit take a child. Like, that's not what happens in your body. Oh my god, I got a sound effect. That's really exciting. Thank you, Natalia. So that's one place where we know the science on that. So I have a girlfriend now. Thank you. She's pretty, we met on Hinge, and although I do wish that I had used one of those, like, niche dating apps, like Farmers Only, or its more explicit variant called Only Farms. A couple weeks ago, I was at a mic, and after the mic, we went to go see a late night showing of the Dungeons and Dragons movie in Hollywood, because as lesbians, that's the only D&D action we can take. The movie was okay. If you ever do see the movie, just see it because there's one really cute dragon who's like really chonky. I forgot the name of the dragon, but just, I thought that was important that you know because he's really cute. Oh, sorry. So I'm coming up on about 4 months of doing comedy. Yeah, on Sunday was my like 4-month anniversary of coming to LA. And I just finished my semester of school, so I'm like, so it's been really nice. I've been very excited to speak because I'm moving apartments on Wednesday, so I've been like packing up all my stuff. And I'm excited because this apartment is so much nicer. Like, my current apartment on Figueroa is like, it's not bad, like, but it's definitely not great. Like, our toilet keeps getting like haunted and broken. Our like apartment security system was like 3 googly eyes I placed like sporadically around the apartment, because they're always watching. So I'm really excited to get a new place, but it's kind of along that lines. I think, like, you know, and I never thought that I could be a comedian. You know, I was never like I was never a class clown. No one ever thought I was funny for the first, 18 years of my life. And you know, I was not a class clown. I was more like the trapeze of shit. But it's been really, like, here I've done so many things I've never done before, which I'm very proud of. And I think it's like only when you go so far outside your comfort zone that you realize how uncomfortable you used to be. Thank you. And I know, like I've always been like a very nerdy STEM kid. I spent most of my time last semester around physics students, which are just a bunch of like dudes in khakis who are either jazz musicians or rock climbers. There's not an in-between. It's just like one big dick measuring contest, but with a really precise ruler. Because we're all physicists. But yeah, you know, and like after such an amazing experience like this, and I really love working here. Can we give a round for this place? Give a round for Sunday. It is so lovely. It's this melting pot of stories and pot. But yeah, it's really great working here, and I just want to say thank y'all for being such a lovely little audience.
Where do they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Monica Noreen. That's Monica_Noreen_. And if you want to support my platform, don't put your feet on the stage.
Nobody ever looked down with me. My eyes have always been up here. All right? With the comedy of Lenny coming up here. Where is he?
You went up already.
Lenny.
Lenny went up.
No, Henry. Henry. He's outside too?
No, I'm literally right here.
Both of them are outside.
Don't call them. We're going to finish with the
No,
show.
I'm gonna yell at them.
No, you're not.
I want
Finish
them
with the show.
No, I wanted them to hear
Wrap
my
it up.
jokes.
It's
I was
done.
telling them about it.
They said that.
It's okay. Let's just stay outside and we just go out this way.
Yeah, that's right. I like that actually.
Right. Watch.
Let's see. Oh, they were under your chair. What? They're not yours? Are they not yours? I thought for sure they were yours.
We weren't there for it. Oh my god.
Not, why? Whose were they? Why would you put them under your chair? What do you think I was supposed to think? That they didn't fall out of your pocket?
That's cuz.
I take it.
Killer. What can you ask? Can't ask for anything better. That's a good start. I like that. It goes in well to what I want to talk about. So I was hanging out with a girl yesterday. It's always just me in my off days hanging out with some random girl and talking to you about it. Like, he didn't even know how good of a call that was. It's ironic. Normally Lenny is known to not pull punches, but I was saying outside today, he was like, I'm going to go a little easy. I'm like, yeah, I have new stuff. So the girl I was hanging out with, she has a kid. She's like around my age. She's 23, and she got pregnant when she was 20. And she had the kid. She's Jewish, like conservative sort of Jewish though. I don't know. It's like, is that a pill? No, I thought that was my real one. Can never know. It's just odd to me. Like, I think this is my neoliberal hot take of the night. I think it's much more mature to abort your baby after a month than it is to raise it as a single mother. And that's just me. That's just me. I know it's fucked up. I'm very pro-choice. I think, like, that's the thing, conservatives, like, they care so much about the baby when it's in the womb, you know, but then, like, the nuclear family doesn't exist. It's like, be a single mom, screw you, whatever. They don't care. It's like, I don't know, it's her choice. She chose to keep it, you know. It's like, apparently the father was not happy about. He's, like, out of the child's life. Which, like, it's sad, but it's also, like, I get it. Well, I'm 20 years old now. Let's say I were to knock someone up. I would definitely seek the Planned Parenthood option. I would pay for it. I'd pay for it. You're good. My mom would cover it. She's liberal too. I would call my mom. I'd be like, Mom, I'm in a situation. Growing up in New York, she always made it very clear that if I was ever in a situation, she'd help me out. Yeah. Which I think is a good mom. I think that's a great mom. Yes. Yes. Mom. She's not watching. It's late in New York. I don't know, if you're gonna choose to keep it, like, send me the bill. You know, it's like what Chappelle said, like, if you can kill the baby, I can leave it. I mean, in this case, if you want to keep the baby, I can leave it. Like, it's reasonable. I think it's a fair trade-off. It's completely fair. I don't know. She was like kind of not, she was like
weirdly like like the conservative Jewish, you know. And she's from Calabasas. So
Oh wow.
there you go. There you go. Yeah. So it's like she was talking about like she started talking about the LGBTQ, and I could tell by the way she said the LGBTQ that she had some not super tolerant feelings about it. So I said to her, like, my class, like, if you've been here, you know where I'm going. Like, do you think being gay is a choice? And she was like, well, and I was just immediately like, gay, that's gay of you to think that. Oh, what? You're not sucking pussy because you just don't want to? No, you're not. Like, she was like, no, it's just I'm just not attracted to women. I'm like, exactly. You're not making the choice. Don't be gay. You're not like that's gay as fuck to think that. That's whack. I don't know. She was like talking about the cashier at the place we went, and she was like, "Oh yeah, the last time I was here, it was this woman. Like there was this black woman at the counter, and I was like, it was weird. It wasn't inherently racist, but she did feel the need to note the skin color of the cashier. Like at the last time she went there, and she was like, "Oh, I had a bad experience," and it was this black woman at the register, and it's like. I don't know. It's kind of like I'm an anti-arsonist, you know. No, you're in the car. It's kind of like saying you're an anti-arsonist, you know.
No, I was with her though. We went in and she was like, "I don't like this black woman in here."
Bro,
she's like, "I got in a fight last week with a black woman," and she just every time she said black woman, she had to whisper.
I'm with you, Sam. I'm with you.
That is something
trying to relate, and you didn't. Give me something to use. Just don't. All right, it's cool. All right. No, I don't know. What was I saying about her? Fuck you. Yeah. Oh, she doesn't love black people. I don't know. She has weird mixed feelings about black people. She was talking about maturity, like, cause she's like a mom at 23, and she was saying like, oh, all the guys she meets are not mature, which I get, but also it's like, I think it's more mature to kill the kid than it is to raise it as a single mom. Thanks, guy. All right, let's transition into. No, let's stay political. Let's talk about shootings in America. This is a brief one, guys. Don't worry. It's just me talking. Like, my opinion on a shooting. It's like you hear about it. It's like, oh, there's a mall shooting that's really bad, and then you see it's in Texas, and it's like. I was gonna kill these other rappers, but they did it to themselves. They ain't even suicidal. They didn't even need my help. I was listening to Jay-Z today. I'm in a weird mood. I don't know. I'm in a weird mood. It's just listening to Jay-Z, having a good time. So what is that? Is that 2? That's not 2. I've not been up at 2.
But you have 4.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, better. I was gonna say. Oh yeah. Oh, what else I was saying? Oh, it was about the shooting. It was about shootings because it was another shooting I saw on my Citizen app, which is always interesting. It was like ice cream truck shooting, and it was like, oh my god, that's bad. And then it said in Watts, and again, it's like. I've never been to Watts. I guess that's what goes on. She's nodding. I mean, you don't seem like you've been there. I'm gonna be. Really? Like.
Well, no, I just have a firefighter friend that worked there.
Yeah, the firefighter friend. Oh, that's Republican. Let's see. Wrestling. Let's transition to. Let's talk. Oh no, let's go with something crazy controversial. That's kind of how I'm going to keep you guys a little bit entertained. Is I want you guys to be like. What is the kid thinking about this? You know? Just like, so, I'm from New York. I'm a Jewish comedian from New York because we needed more, obviously. I don't know. I was born in 2002, so a year after the tragedy. I don't know. I'm a little bit of a theorist. Like, I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist. It's like, they're always saying to me, like, my parents, my grandparents are like, yeah, we were in New York when the towers fell. I'm like, yeah, sure you were. Yeah, I bet you were in New York when it happened. It's weird, like, growing up in New York at, like, 8th grade, we went to the, like, 9/11 Memorial Museum for a field trip. And this girl, she was next to me, she was like, isn't this so sad? And I was just like, you don't think it's at all suspicious that this exists in the same city as Broadway? It's theater. Come on. That's not my belief, guys. I was just trying to get a rise, I guess. I don't know. I'm really into wrestling. I'll always find a way to tie it back to wrestling, I guess. I don't know.
wrestling's really gay and really straight at this. Really? I'm 20 years old and I'm a wrestling fan. I like watching guys get sweaty all over each other. It's really straight and really gay because it's all a bunch of men that are like I'm not smelly, but they're smelly, and they're all virgins watching other men. But also, it's really gay for the obvious reasons that it's sweaty men in scantily clad outfits going all crazy on each other. You know, like that's inherently gay, just straight up. Like, this is gay. I love it though. So I was looking like, how do I become a wrestler? But obviously, like I have the accountant build. I'm not becoming a wrestler anytime soon. So I was looking into it, like how do I become a referee? You know, and the job like of the referee is really interesting. Thank you, Sunda. I don't know why there's a child. Like I know I've not really been pulling my punches, but it does weird me out. So, this is my favorite part. One of my favorite parts about WWE is like the way injuries work. You know, like they always hype up the injuries. Like someone like gets their ankle. Like in the recent match between Damian Priest and Bad Bunny.
What?
I didn't make that up. That happened in San Juan, Puerto Rico last weekend. Bad Bunny just kept hitting Damian Priest's ankle, and they were just like, "Oh my God, he's dying. He's not gonna be able to walk the next day. He looks like Rodney King." Like, I wrote that while I was sitting there. I'm not gonna say it again, but it's good because it's on video. So if I ever make it, he'll follow me. It's ironic because that's also how you tell if someone's actually injured. Because if someone actually does, like the announcers know what's going to happen, you know, there are plot points they have to hit. So, let me end here. So I looked into it. I was like, how much would I get paid if I was a WWE ref? So these are the payment gauges. Experience per match, you get $1,500 to $6,000. Not bad. If you're an entry-level ref, you get $500 to $1,000. And the third category is female, $1,000 to $4,000. I'm sorry, what? I'm confused. Can a female, no matter how experienced you are in the refereeing of a WWE ring, if you're female, you just, fuck you, says Vince McMahon. I don't know. I guess that's what I'm ending on. All right, you can follow me at Instagram at LETTHELORDBEWITHYOU. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is she black? Is she black? Jews can't whisper. You should know that. So this is the end of our show. It was a great night tonight. But we have this beautiful woman that's sitting here with her hair in curls, and I have to see her up here. Let's give it up for the fabulous Lana. Let her hear you.
Hi, everybody. It's been a minute. I have not been feeling well. It's nice to see you guys. So I'm Lana, and I am first generation Arab American. Not the oil money Arabs. The Palestinian Arabs. Which is all the trauma without the money. Because listen, I wish I menstruated oil, because at least with these prices, I'd have something. I got no land and I got no money. But what I do have is a lot of stories. I am one of 10 kids because my dad wanted labor that couldn't unionize against him. So I have been working since I was 7, and I was born in the 70s, so do the math there. But my dad thought it would be a good idea to move us to the Middle East when I was in my teenage years, Jordan, which is a country that is not ruled by Michael Jordan. Just, they have a king, okay? Just not that king, okay? And it's a very different life from America to the Middle East. One of the things that you should know is that sex is frowned upon in those countries, particularly outside of marriage. Yes, it is very, very frowned upon, and in my case, punishable by death. So, me having a death wish, thought. But, you know, I mean, because they really were telling us, like, this, you can't do any of this. You can't have sex, you can't ride bikes, you can't ride horses, because that's how you lose it, right? Of course. Tampons, none of that shit, right? But, joke's on them, because when I lost mine, it was to an Egyptian DJ who was hung like Seabiscuit. Even so, that D was not to die for, okay? And so I decided that, well, not really decided, they told me it was arranged marriage or death. So I got the embassy to bring me back to America. Lo and behold, I am back here, and I come to find out that you guys are all obsessed with arranged marriage. Love is Blind, Married at First Sight, Indian matchmaking, Jewish matchmaking.
Yeah.
Y'all got me fucked up, okay? Because I really was trying to escape something that I thought was archaic. And don't get me wrong, I mean, when Netflix does it, it seems really glamorous, right? Like for those shows, you know, but my situation was like less Love is Blind, more 90 Day Fiancé, right? Like, there were men showing up to exchange 3 goats for a green card. 3. Thank God my dad was like, hey, it's gonna be at least 10 guys, okay? This one eats a lot, okay? Like, you should see these grocery bills. But I never married because of that. Still trying, but I am also still trying to find that D that is apparently worth dying for. Because it must be out there. Otherwise, why would they be remaking Fatal Attraction? Why are these true crime documentaries showing these women that are dying for these Ds? I haven't met, like, I'm not saying, you know, obviously I lost my virginity and everything, and I'm not saying, like, I have no complaints in the D categories, okay? Yet, I have not met one that is to die for. I would like to meet one, just because at least then it might make sense, all of it, you know what I mean? I might be like, you know what? This was actually, you know what, you can kill me now. It's pretty good, actually. I'm good. I think I am ready to die happily, thanks to this D. But apparently it's only in Fatal Attraction. So I'm gonna say honestly, ladies, I really don't think there is D out there that is to die for. I really don't. I mean, I don't know why they're putting this on TV. This is all propaganda. You should all know that it's really not worth dying for. So if you gotta switch teams, okay? Like, that's okay too, okay? Like, you know, they're telling, like, my friends back in the Middle East are still looking at me like, it's okay to be gay. It's okay. I'm like, but I'm not. And they're like, no, but I mean, like, it's okay, you know? We're all open with that now. And the reality is like, it would be easy for me to be gay now. It'd be so easy, because, obviously, but I still want a man. I still want a man. I've been in every male-dominated space there is. Every male-dominated space. And I've seen them in all their glory. And I still want one. I forget the to die for, just the basic, like, one of these? Yeah. Like, I do want one. And I still proudly say that, because I believe they're out there. But not on these apps. Not on these apps. I remember there was a lady here that said she met her husband on these apps. And I'm happy for her, but they're not on these apps. Okay, I've been trying, I've been looking, and the only thing I am finding on these apps is just a general excuse to be a cunt. Okay? I just take all my little bits of rage out on these guys with their stupidity on these apps. Because every single one of them is just on there like, my love language is physical touch. My love language is physical touch. I just want to be touched. I'm like, you know what I want? Gifts.
Yes.
Money. I don't care. That's what we're here for, right? We're here to make a deal, right? You want to be touched? I want money. Put it in the bag. And let's have a negotiation, right? Like, honestly, to me, it's just, that seems more real than the dog and pony show. That seems more real. Most of them are on these apps. In my opinion, most of them are just looking for free sex. Anyways. I mean, I'm just saying, free sex. And just like D is not to die for, sex shouldn't be free, ladies. Okay? Sex should never be free. Okay? That's one thing that they told us not to have it in my country, but they also told us never do it for free. Kind of a contradiction, but still, okay? So that's where I'm going to end it because I'm feeling rusty. But I appreciate you guys, and thank you.
Never rusty. Never rusty.
Thank you.
Never rusty.
Find me the Lana Sala on Instagram and TikTok.
Samantha, could you finish this for me?
I can.
Okay, I'm glad because I've called Shannon 3 times and I was like, when did he turn black?
I'll tell you what. Give me 2 minutes. And that's all I'll take. I already paid my time.
No, I'm just saying, how do you disappear like that? How did you do that?
Outside bullshit with Moody.
Oh, wow. You can stay for that one then. You got this coin for the Uber?
Yeah. All right. Look at this. You know what? Sarah Silverman better watch out. Is it nice to see female comedians?
I think we should pit more Jewish women against each other, and then put it on television.
Can you imagine?
It would be like with opposite not Jewish matchmaking, but like Jewish match.
Cage match. Yeah.
Jewish match. All right, you guys, the show is coming to an end. We got our 2 stragglers left behind. They came back inside. They're warmed up. They're ready to warm up the mic. Who am I gonna do for? Let's bring to the stage the one and only Shannon O'Donnell, everybody.
You know, the P is also something you can give away. Like, just saying, D and the P. There's a long lineage of people saying, I'd rather have the D or I'd rather have the P. Thousands and thousands of years old. You know what? Tell you what. Don't really know what I want to do tonight. I didn't even think I wanted to get up. So, how about this? We'll just go off riffs. Because why not? It's good practice. Fuck it, I pay for my minutes.
Yeah.
All right, Moody.
Yes. Moody.
Give me a topic.
Public transit.
Oh, man, fuck. If I'd have known I'd have had to ride the bus so much, I would have fucking voted against the People with Disabilities Act of 1989. I would have. I would have voted against that shit, man. Because, oh, dude. If you guys don't ride public transit a lot, you're not aware of the bus, okay? You have no idea when everybody spots that hover round at the next stop, there is a reverb along that aluminum tube that you are all trapped in. And everybody just goes, oh, fuck. Right? Even the driver's like, shit. Here we going. Let's do this. And we do the 10 minutes of the thing, get you all strapped in. And then you go ahead and get off at the next stop. Invariably, without any chance, all right? You get off at the next stop, It's a quarter mile up the road. All right? You're on wheels. You're already on fucking wheels. All right? Just get off at the... You can roll your ass up the road. All right? It's an old joke, and I'm tired of it, too. All right, mijo. Dick me down. What you got?
Music festival.
Music festival. Burning Man is way too expensive to go to.
Woo!
If you guys know Burning Man, it's way too expensive to go to. All right. However, they do have orgy tents. Orgy tents are a lot of fun. Unless you're one of the people who's actually going to have an orgy in it, because then it's basically just a bunch of spectators looking at you fuck your girlfriend. For $375 I paid for. Right. I got you next tender. It's fine.
I have an add-on.
Oh, add on to the orgy tent.
Yeah, so I was wondering what the smell of the orgy tent is like.
Orgy tent smell is basically porta pot with Febreze. That's pretty much it. It's basically like that with more moaning. Oh, no, maybe less. I don't know. Maybe less. It's if you ever listen outside the porta pots, hey Patty, the porta pots at a big old concert venue. There's a lot of moaning. Right. Yes.
Hamlet, but everyone in it is retarded or mentally challenged. Hamlet, Ophelia, Claudius.
How can he riff on that?
Highly specific.
That's, if you can.
Thing is, though, is he gave me a perfect example of something. Because when Shakespeare wrote that, he was basically telling the story of how royalty is inbred.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So yes, they are all retarded.
That explains a lot.
Every one of them. They all got behind the curtains, they killed each other, and then realized that someone jumped out the roof, and we'll call her crazy. Oh, Ophelia, she's the only sane one in that entire fucking story. She really is. She's the only one to actually realize what the fuck is going on, so she ended her own life by jumping out of a castle window. All right? Okay. Somebody else. Go for it.
Oh, what do you think about a 20-year-old deciding to have a kid instead of having the abortion?
I think that you're 20 years old and you have absolutely no idea what life is or what it means. I give you a pass all the way into your 25. Once you're 25, I go like, you need to, realize shit. But you're super young until you get to that point. So, yeah, do what you want till then, man. Nobody cares. Going down.
Is part of your point that over 25-year-olds, like, get your shit together, you should be having abortions?
Over 25, I think you should probably be like, all right, I can handle the maneuvers of life at this point. But, under 25, I definitely give you a hard pass. I give you a hard pass on being dumb. Go for it.
That's a good take.
Trans women's sports.
Trans women's sport. Ooh, that's a good one. I like that. Especially coming from the 6'1" Persian over there. Yeah. Sort of. But tell you what. If you were born with testosterone in your bloodstream, and then you want to switch sports midstream, come on, yo. That's not cool. It's totally not. It's not cool. I watched this girl, it was some stupid meme, she was playing volleyball against a trans volleyball player in high school, and she got dotted in the face, and it broke her fucking face, right? And I was like, well, yeah, of course. Like if you were playing volleyball against me, all right, as a sophomore in high school while I was a senior in high school as a male, and I jumped up and yeah, that would fucking break your face. That's no, it's not the same sport.
The real question is, would you bet on it?
Oh, I'll bet on anything. Oh. But I gotta have the inside dope. I need to know who's trans and who's not. yeah. Oh, I'll bet all over that shit. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. I'll take that action any day. Yeah, no problem. Like ain't nothing wrong with winning money in Vegas. Also, hey, horrible set. I'm sorry, I didn't even want to go tonight. But you guys have a great night, and thank you for being patient. And give it up for your hosts. All right.
Thanks to those of you who waited and listened. We love you. We see you. Show's coming to an end. I'm going to bring up our last comedian of the night. You know, if you want to tell me how you pay so I can sleep at night, you know, that's up to you. But for now, let's bring to the stage Mike Moody, everybody.
Okay, how you guys doing? You guys good?
Tired.
Is it trying?
Tired.
It feels like a very divisive room right now. I feel the energy. I can feel it, and I don't want it to be my fault. I was busy. I had shit going on. You good? No? I love you guys. With so much love, huh? So much love. The crowd, I was talking. I want to talk about black TV for a second, just because I feel like it's hard for us to watch TV and enjoy ourselves. Y'all don't understand that. I just feel like that's a problem. I don't know. I was watching Candyman. You guys ever seen Candyman, the new one? The new one, yeah. I watched the new. Yeah. Not the board game, not Candyland, but.
No, I was thinking Knockin' Boots Candyman.
Whoa. Okay. All right. Sexual shit. I wasn't ready for that one.
There's a song with Candyman.
No, I don't even. Lost. No, it was just a lot. You know what I mean? Like, wokeism is a very real thing, and woke was cool for black people for a little bit, but now, like, it's been gentrified, so now it's just annoying. It's just unified annoyance. How important can you... But I watched Candyman, and the new Candyman was aware of the old Candyman, and the new Candyman was about them living in Chicago. And, it wasn't about murder at all. It just wasn't about murder. I don't know. They were like talking, and one of the main characters was like, "Hey man, there's a man with a hook for a hand killing people. But you know what's really destroying this community? All this gentrification. We should go ahead and do something about this. This shit is a monster." I don't know. I thought that really fucked me up a little bit. And I saw the new Black Panther. Have y'all seen the new Black Panther? The second one? Yeah. How do you feel about that one? Did you enjoy that?
I thought they bookended the movie well so that you think of it well. It's like, oh, the beginning scene was good and the ending scene was good, but the movie dragged.
Yeah, no, it felt like, I don't know if you guys, this is a deep cut, but it felt like the episode of Good Times when James died. You know what I mean? I feel like Angela Bassett was like, damn. When she was in the fucking courtroom. A lot of it just screamed, just black plight. You know what I mean? Just like man who had son he couldn't take care of. Spoiler alert. And everyone was like sad and crying. It just felt like a story about a man who wasn't there to take care of his household. And I was like, this is a lot. I know black shows. You guys ever watch like Lovecraft Country or Watchmen?
Watchmen, yeah.
Yeah, Lovecraft Country or Watchmen. Yeah, they're the same show. They're the same exact show if you pay attention. Retro racist backdrop for no reason. Somebody comes to the main character and like, hey, you have great power. You come from a great lineage. The only thing you can't do is in systemic racism go out there and be a hero. You know, these black folks have to go out and be heroes. Do you know how hard it is to be 3/5 of a superhero? Because that's what those shows are about. And when I watched Lovecraft Country, I was way more scared of when they saw the cops than when they saw the monsters. I was like, oh shit, they're coming. I feel like shows and their wokeness, I feel like this is how you like change it. I feel like the future of reality shows is time travel. Is that a ghost or a real person? I'm way more scared of the cops than a ghost. Call back. Come sit down.
Pretty white.
How you doing, ghost? All right, so I was playing.
I'm pretty.
I feel like the future of reality shows is time travel. I feel like you can get a lot done. You know what I mean? I feel like if you did reality shows and you took people who did important things in the world and then you just followed their friends, you would see something interesting because nobody knows how important what you're doing is when you're doing it. You know what I mean? So maybe they gave like Rosa Parks a TV show on like We, and she's just walking around from day to day, and then they just talk to her best friend on the day she's getting on the bus, and then she's like, yo, and then like this is the day she knows that she's gonna tell them no. And they just cut to her friend, and she's like, for real, bitch, today you always want to start shit. I can't take you nowhere. You did this at the ice cream parlor. You scandalous bitch. Anyway, she doesn't know it's important, but it's important. You guys ever watch like Undercover Boss? Yeah, I love Undercover Boss. That's like the pinnacle of. I want them to do an episode of Undercover Boss. That's American slavery. You know what I mean? Yeah, and then they take the guy and they take him back to whatever time frame they were in. And he's like the head of the company. Because they're so oblivious of what the fuck is going on the company. You know what I mean? Can you imagine that? Because he has to get the disguise. So he's in blackface. Follow me. All right. He's like in the mirror. He's like, oh, okay, cool. All right. The second part of that is nobody knows how hard you're working at the job. Like, he has to meet up somebody with a sob story. Because there's always somebody at the job who's way more qualified to work at the job than they are. So he's at the job working, and another slave comes up to him, and he's like, according to the almanac, we should be getting cotton in about 2 weeks. He's like, you can read? Interesting. But the second part about that is, well, the third part is they have to give the people help. You know what I mean? But they never give you enough help to leave the job. They only give you enough help to stay working there. So he's like, hey, Tyrone, I know you complain about thorns in your feet, so I bought you these shoes. They're barely used. You can walk all the way through the field. Yeah. That's how we're going to solve racism, y'all, with time machines and TV shows. Oh, thank you. Just timing it all out. I feel like, I mean, as you know, Black people, we work in a very interesting space with entertainment. We maintain entertainment. I mean, if there was no Black people, there'd be no things to pantomime and TikTok. So we would be useless. We'd be like, what the fuck am I supposed to say? That was already written. And that works in real life, you know what I mean? And that's weird. Everybody, you know Lil' Kim, like Lil' Kim, the rapper, like the prototypal female Black rapper. Like, nobody would exist if she didn't exist.
Yeah, she looks like Miss Piggy.
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much for jumping. So Yeah, and she got caught up in, like, you're right, like European standards. So she started to like wash her face and make herself look different. But the quest to be a nigga is such a thorough request. So you always will find a way. Somebody will find a way. I want you to know at this exact moment right now, Madonna went and got the same face. She went and got the same exact face. And she pointed it out like a haircut at the barbershop. So I want that. Give me that right there. Give me the black inferiority complex, number 16. And that's the face she has. Because it's hard to be us. And it's hard. It's just hard. It's cool. I think everybody deserves to be happy. Thank you. And I think everybody deserves to be happy. One thing I think is hard is pronouns, just a little bit sometimes. What if you think the world ends and you're trying to grab somebody's hand off a ledge? And like, yo, bro, I got you. And they're like, it's not bro. And they just hang in there. And then you have to like grab them anyway with no prejudice. You will address me as them, nigga. And then you have to like pick them up. Only say that because I feel like they, them is the hardest pronoun. It's the hardest one. Because they stole it from the Illuminati. You know what I mean? Who killed Tupac? Them niggas, bro. They did that shit. What about JFK? Them as well. They are very dangerous. They are dangerous people. And they're not talking about... Anyway. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Give her Mike Moody, everybody. That is that. So we are ready to end this live. We are ready to end this night. Thank you for staying, guys. Thank you for performing.
Yeah.
We love you. We see you. We hear you.
Yeah.
We're good to go. We're out of here. We're out of this one.
Yeah.
Ease on down and get on out.